भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते। नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्। इन्द्रियाणां हि चरताम् यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञाम् वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता। ज्ञानिशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जाग्रति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः। So we were doing number 65. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyoupajayate yova prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhi paryavatishtate is also over. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya. This is what we were doing. So what we have done is these two verses where there is a nice vision. Aram se, without making noise here. Number one, don't keep on being restless. Number two, don't make noise. Remain relaxed and listen. This is important. This pertains to our life. Right attitude itself, solves many, very complicated problems in your mind. Huge problems can be overcome by one simple right attitude. One simple right attitude. Huge problems. Bade problems. Bhagavan Krishna says, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayato mato bhaya. These huge fears can be overcome. Huge complications in the family can be overcome by change of attitude, by moving from the wrong attitude to the right attitude. And for that right attitude, you need to have right reflection. right reasoning. And this right reasoning is what we saw in the previous class. That we achieve whatever we achieve through causation. There is a law of cause and effect. There is a law of action and result. As I do, so I reap, I have no choice. Therefore, I can't change the results. If I have to change the results, I have to change my actions. Having performed the actions, I can't change the results. If I want different results, then I have to perform different actions. Actions, at the level of actions we have a control, but at the level of the result we have no control. ये बात समझना जरूरी है in life. This is very important. You can't change, you can't control the results, but you can control the actions. Now supposing you do a wrong action and expect a right result, that's not possible. If you want a right result, you better perform right action. Therefore, reform is at the action level. Reform is not at, don't try to what we call control results, control actions, results will be controlled. And there also, I can never be sure about the result, leave it in the hands of God. Because I can never, even after performing the right action, I don't know. The right result may come, it may come now or it may come later. When it will come, I don't know. But the right result will come, that I am sure. But when will it come? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes today I do a right action and then immediately I may get some satisfaction, but there is a bigger result for it. That may come much later. Therefore, all that we need to do is just keep doing the right actions. This is called right attitude. Keep doing the right actions. Keep entertaining the right thoughts. Keep talking the right words. In all relationships, till you can maintain peace. You can maintain shanti in the family if you think. The moment you think good of the other person, there is some kind of an insight, There is some imperceptible oneness between one individual and another individual. When you think good of the other person also slowly starts thinking good of you. In a family, after all, they are not strangers anywhere. Wife, husband, mother, father, children, mother, son, mother, daughter, father, son, father, daughter, are they strangers to one another? Are they strangers? They are not strangers. They are all related. It is just, even though they are all so closely related, but they are never comfortable with one another. Amazing, what a misfortune. क्या दुर्भाग्य है, क्या दुर्भाग्य होता है जीवन में. There are parents and the children and brother and sister, the same family. It is like one branch of a tree being uncomfortable with another branch of a tree. And the tree starts crying, मेरे बच्चों को अक्ल कब आएगा? The tree goes on crying. The tree goes on crying, when will these children get akal? Each branch is uncomfortable with another branch. And therefore here, hey, everybody has a right to live. Let me think good of the other branch. Let me think good of others. Let me think good of others. So when you think good of others, then the others also will think good of you. Give them some time. But anyway, whether the others think good of you or not, you keep thinking good of you, good of others for your own mental peace. When you think good of others, you have mental peace. This is called really having the right attitude coming from the right reasoning. Right attitude coming from the right reasoning. It can make you happy instantly. It can make you feel happy instantly. You have been unhappy because you have been thinking, inside, this person is this person. You have been praying for somebody's unhappiness. You have been praying for somebody's downfall. You have been praying, waiting for somebody's sorrow, somebody's unhappiness, somebody's failure, somebody's downfall, and he doesn't fall down, and you are unhappy. And you fall down. These are the human beings' problems. Hey, be happy. If the other person is growing, it is his right to grow. This is called change of attitude. And this change of attitude can go a long way in making you happy the whole day. Let all be happy. God make everybody happy and me also happy. Bas. And you say it and mean it. You are happy. Now coming back to this particular verse. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya. This, have you seen this? I'll just go back. I'll just go quickly through this verse. The one who is improperly brought up. Ayuktasya means, improperly brought up. The one who doesn't have right exposure. Nasti buddhihi. He can never reason. He can never do right reasoning. The one who has never had right exposure cannot also do the right reasoning. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya nachayuktasya bhavana. And the one who doesn't reason correctly, the one who doesn't have right exposure to the Shruti, well, nacha bhavana, he doesn't have right attitude. Are you able to follow? Without proper exposure to the scripture, you do not know how to reason correctly. Without exposure, in fact, bringing up the children correctly means giving them exposure to the right values, what is dharma, what is adharma, what is right, what is wrong, what is useful, what is useless, what is useful in the short term but harmful in the long term, and what is difficult in the short term but nectar useful in the long term. These, giving them education. Bringing up children does not mean just providing. Providing for them is not merely bringing them up. Creating, giving them abundant, giving them everything, giving them every facility in abundance is not bringing up. Giving them all the facilities in abundance itself is not bringing them. Giving them enough money, then go beta, जो मर्जी खा लो, जो मर्जी पी लो, जहाँ मर्जी जाओ, सारी पैसा आपके लिए तो है, हम तो बूढ़े हो गए हैं, हम तो वैसे भी जाने वाले हैं. ये कोई ब्रिंगिंग अप होता है? This is just really you are really creating problem for the children. You have to tell the children, रोटी चाहे तो किचन में जाओ बना के खाओ, हमको भी दो. भोजन चाहिए जाके बनाओ. And children not only don't know how to really even cut vegetables, they don't know anything about cooking, etc. They don't even allow the cooks to do the job properly. They're all the time after their blood. What I am telling is, please understand, bringing up children means giving them exposure to the realities of life. Bringing up children means giving them exposure to the realities of life. The reality is, sir, Ramu is not all the way, all the time around. You better learn how to make roti. You don't want to go hungry. Swamiji, ये जरूरी है. Not only you should learn how to make roti with that, what is that called, bela? Learn how to make roti with the hand, because sometimes bela is not available. Then, that is why all our ancestors always made roti with hands. This is not roti, this is roti. That is a reality, because right now you are with the parents, right now there are a lot of cooks. Tomorrow we don't know the situation. At least learn how to cook your food, how to make your roti. Learn. Because tomorrow, supposing you are living alone on your own, I tell you, you can't even make roti. And when you don't know how to make roti, you don't feel like cooking yourself, then you go to the market, eat all the junk, and then you will put on weight. You will end up in escorts. See, not learning how to make roti can dispatch you to escort. There is a connection. Ignorance and emergency, there is a connection. Don't think these are all kahanis. If you know how to make food, and if you really know, then you enjoy it. Then you don't feel like going out and eat. You feel like just, even if you come back at 9 o'clock, you feel like cooking and eating. If you know, then you are independent, you are free. You are free. When it comes to food, you become free. Even if there is no Ramu, it doesn't matter, it takes half an hour to cook your entire food. But supposing you don't know, you are so clumsy, otherwise you are very smart. But if you have to really do some work, you are very, very clumsy. Ignorance is not a virtue. Not to know cooking is not a virtue. Not to know how to wash is not a virtue. Learn to wash. This is all called realities of life. Giving children, hey, these are the realities. Tomorrow you may have to wash your own clothes. Tomorrow you may have to press your own clothes. Tomorrow you may have to cook your own food. Tomorrow you may have to drive your own car. Tomorrow you may have to clean your own room. I would say these are the immediate realities of life. There are distant realities. First pick up the immediate realities. The immediate realities of life are how to just really manage yourself. Your personal hygiene, vagera, vagera, vagera. Thus, children must be exposed to the realities of life. And similarly, another reality is, if you don't respect others, others will not respect you. And therefore, the best way of getting respect from others is learn to respect. That's a reality. You can't, say, I am big and therefore everybody should respect me. Even Mr. Cook, Mr. Ramu, I tell you, if you don't talk to him nicely, he will not talk to you. He may not back answer, but in his mind, he will not bless you. If you talk to him disrespectfully, he may not say anything because he is in helpless condition, but in his mind he will not bless you. And therefore, learn to be respectful. That's the reality. And that when you respect the society, society will respect you. When you respect the other members will respect you. And that will go a long way in making you happy. That's a reality in life. That's a reality. It's a very huge reality in life. If you disrespect others, they will disrespect you. You feel lonely. Then you say, क्या हो गया? इस दुनिया में सब खराब हैं. You can spoil, you can become so unhappy by disrespecting others and getting disrespected. That's what is bringing up. Bringing up children means exposing them to the realities of life. Are they very, these are the realities which are ruthless. You don't conform to them, they don't conform to you. You let the realities down, the realities will let you down. Children must be exposed to the realities. Plus values, plus the scripture. And the one who has never had exposure, Krishna says, he cannot reason correctly and he has no proper attitude. Nasti buddhir ayuktasya, the one who is ill brought up, can't reason. Nacha ayuktasya bhavana, and the one who is ill brought up has no right attitude. Nacha abhavayataha shantihi, and the one who has no right attitude is never peaceful. You cannot, therefore don't expect to be happy through others' attitude. You have to become happy through your attitude. ये बहुत बड़ी बात है. You don't really feel fresh through others' bath. I better say that. Others take a bath, who feels fresh? Others take a bath, do you feel fresh? Hey, the one who takes bath feels fresh. Similarly, just as one doesn't feel fresh through others' bath, you don't feel fresh. You don't feel peaceful through others' attitude. Others' attitude make happy or unhappy the others. Your attitudes make happy or unhappy yourself. And therefore, if I have to become happy, I have to use my attitudes to make myself happy. And therefore, if you have right attitude, that will make you happy. And Bhagavan says, the one who doesn't have the right attitude is not peaceful. Nacha bhavayataha shanti. उनके लिए शांति नहीं है. जहाँ right thinking नहीं, right reasoning नहीं, right attitude नहीं है, right exposure नहीं है, then that person is not peaceful. He may have a lot of money, he may have city Honda, और ज़्यादा बात करेंगे तो Mercedes. He may have Mercedes. He may have the latest thing coming. What is that? That means nothing. Can all they match Shanti? Can city Honda match mental peace? Can city Honda match mental peace? No. Why? Because you can be sitting in the city Honda and feel unhappy. I say, there is nothing that can match your Shanti. And that Shanti is in the hands of your attitudes. And your attitudes are in the hands of your right reasoning. And your right reasoning is in the hands of your right exposure. And therefore, right exposure takes care of a lot of good things in life. And therefore, nacha abhavayataha shantihi. What if I don't have Shanti? All that I require is money. Shanti is not everything in life. Money is everything in life. House is everything in life. Right? Everything, these conveniences, comforts, conveniences, facilities, material, conveniences, material, facilities is what man requires. You can't say, Krishna says, no, if you are not peaceful, and even if you have a lot of money, you can't enjoy. Ashantasya kuta sukha. जिनके अंदर शांति नहीं, उनको सुख कहां से मिलेंगे? Therefore, if you are peaceful, you can be peaceful even in a small hut. I am sure of that. When you are peaceful, When you are peaceful, you relish even bindi bangan. Even bindi bangan. Even lauki, you relish because you are so happy. It doesn't matter. Supposing you are not happy, you are depressed, and you get the best, will you really enjoy it? You are depressed and you go to a Taj Palace. That is the best. You go to Taj Palace. And all that. Will you enjoy it? There is a particular restaurant called Mughal restaurants. Mughal's restaurant or whatever. Within the Taj. There are different restaurants. You go there and ask for the best food, and the best food comes. Will you enjoy it? At the end you will say, Khane ki man. Acha, chai milega. Ultimately you settle for tea, because you can't relish anything. Understand, nothing is more enjoyable than your peaceful mind. Nothing is more enjoyable than the peaceful state of yourself. Nothing is more enjoyable. In fact, nothing else is enjoyable. Only Shanti is enjoyable. And that Shanti is not in the hands of God. Our peace is not in the hands of God. Our peace is not in the hands of nature. Our peace is in the hands of ourselves. How we think. Please believe me, Krishna says, everything is uncertain, but Shanti is certain. If you decide to be peaceful, you can be peaceful. If you decide, that is the only thing that is in our hands. How much money I will make, it's not in my hands. Where will I get the land for my house? I'm not certain. I don't know. I'm not sure. Whom will I marry in life? Who is going to be my life partner? I am not sure. Pata nahi kaun hai. Who will be my children? Pata nahi. I can never be sure about anything in life, but I can be sure of one thing. I know that how to become peaceful is what everybody knows. Shastra unfolds how to become peaceful. Because that you can control. You control your attitude, you are peaceful. It is within your hand to renounce a wrong attitude. It is within your hand to renounce greed. It is within your hand to renounce jealousy. It is within your hand to renounce any wrong thought. The moment you renounce that wrong thought, you are peaceful. Therefore, what is within our hands? Our Shanti is within our hands. Everything else is can't be sure. Clear? And therefore, if we are peaceful, and then if you have sometimes less money, sometimes more money, is it a problem? Supposing you are peaceful within yourself through right thinking, not as an accident, right thinking, when you are peaceful, and sometimes you make money, less money, more money, it doesn't matter. Sometimes you have, there are growth in your material prosperity, sometimes some loss, sometimes this, sometimes that, ups and downs in our material existence, ups and downs in our material life. I don't think can matter so much if we are sane and peaceful in the mind. If we are not sane and peaceful in our mind, even if we have only growth and growth and growth and growth and up and up and up and up in our material situation, it's not going to help us. Even if we are growing more and more, every year you are only becoming. Millionaire is becoming. Billionaire is becoming. Trillionaire, etc., etc. But then you remain God. Morning you get up and look udas. Lunchtime, look udas. Tea time, look udas. And evening again, look udas. Khoya. Hey, why? What is the big thing? Are we going to be here for 1,000 years? Is it a program for 1,000 years? They learn to be happy with others. The one mantra for happiness is, be nice to the people with whom you live. Be nice. Be nice and good. Be nice and good to the people with whom you live. And if you can't be good and nice to them, then you better yagi sannyas le lo. That gives you a justification to live away. If you are good to the people with whom you are living, you are sweet to your parents-in-law, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, your children, your dog, everybody, we are all together. It is God's will, by destiny we are together. Let us be good to one another. Let us be respectful to the destiny that has brought us together. Let us be respectful to the destiny that has brought us together. इतना नहीं समझ सकते हैं तो कहाँ मोक्ष मिलेगा? What are you talking? What you want is a very sophisticated thing called happiness. What you want is happiness. This is such a simple thing. Destiny has brought. I did not decide. I didn't decide my wife, my husband. Even though they say it is a what we call one's own choice marriage. It's a love marriage and all that they say. It's all bluff. You loved that girl because you were destined to marry her. बस और कुछ नहीं है. Destiny है. So similarly, children also that just they happen to be your children by destiny. He happens to be your husband, she happens to be your wife, they happen to be your parents, and they happen to be your parents-in-law. So this family togetherness is brought about by destiny. And be respectful to the destiny. Be respectful to the law. And when we respect the law, we are respecting the Lord. And therefore, the moment you are nice to the members of the family, just be nice. That is enough. That goes a long way in making you happy. Because most of the time you have to live as a part of the family. Your interaction with the outside world is very limited, whereas your interaction with the members of the family is the major part. So if you are comfortable with the family members, you are comfortable. And that is why even when you go out, you long to come back home. And when you go out and when you long to come back home, even when you are out, you feel nice. Chalo, thoda bahut kaam karenge, fir ghar jayenge. How much happy you become when you entertain the thoughts of going back home. Going back home. If there is a home where you can be comfortable, then going out and working is not a problem. थोड़ा बहुत काम कर लेंगे फिर घर जाएंगे. Then comes spirituality. This is just taking care of the basic things. And therefore Krishna concludes this verse, we are not peaceful, sir. Where is the sukham? Ashantasya kuta sukham. You can memorize this. Ashantasya kuta sukham. You can memorize this. Ashantasya kuta sukham. If you are not peaceful, then how can you enjoy even your comforts? Ashantasya kuta. If you are peaceful, you can enjoy your tea, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your members of the family. You can be cheerful with everybody when you are happy. When you are not happy, you are not happy with anything. Duryodhana was unhappy with himself because he was ill brought up. His reasoning was wrong. His attitudes were wrong. Therefore, he was not happy with anybody. I am telling you, even Bhagavan Krishna, he didn't know how to invite him for lunch. Duryodhana did not know how to invite God who comes there for lunch. He didn't know how to even receive God. He became angry with even God. Why? When you are unhappy, you are unhappy with the whole creation, you are unhappy with the source also. When you are unhappy with the creation, you are unhappy with God, the source. When you are happy with the creation, you are happy with the source. Even if it is a short life, you can enjoy that short life and benefit and understand a lot. Therefore, what is it that you need to memorize? Ashantasya kutasukam. Say it again and again. Ashantasya kutasukam. Ashantasya kutasukam. Ashantasya kutasukam. Ashantasya kutasukam. And you are not peaceful. You can't also enjoy your comfort. Therefore, comforts don't make you peaceful, but peace makes you feel comfortable. Mental peace makes you physically, makes you feel comfortable in even small situations. When you are happy, you don't mind even walking and reaching. You don't mind even walking and reaching. When you are not happy, then you become complaining. You start complaining. When you are unhappy, you start complaining. Anyway, this topic is over. And now, therefore, the whole chain you have to understand. The sequence. If the person has no exposure to the realities, he can't reason. He can't reason, he can't also have right attitude. Minus that right attitude, he has no mental peace. If he has no mental peace, even if he is rich, he can't enjoy comforts. Excellent farmhouse. कब जाते हैं? कहाँ टाइम है? कब टाइम है? Nobody knows. One doesn't enjoy. Why? And he is all the time depressed. Why not we go to a farmhouse and really it's a picnic? Why don't you really go for a picnic, cook food there, eat till evening, swim? You have got a swimming pool also there for the fish to swim. Are those who are looking after them for them swimming pool? I say, they are bhagi. They are really lucky. Caretakers are lucky. Okay, the next. Now comes the next verse. Whole topic changes. The vision of this verse is very beautiful. Says, never be overconfident when it comes to temptations. Whenever you are faced with a temptation, the highlight of human beings is they are easily tempted. Did you hear that? The highlight of human beings is they are easily tempted. The incorruptible, the hitherto incorruptible. But then, if you persuade a little bit, ho jata. In many cases. Persuasion, little persuasion, the incorruptible becomes corrupted. A little persuasion makes the truthful tell a lie also. We just get easily tempted. Why? We always look for these material pleasures. We want some material, sensory pleasures. some nice taste, some nice touch, some nice pleasure, some nice smell, some nice money, some emotion. Carnal satisfactions we look for. We want the satisfactions of the flesh. And therefore, whenever the world tempts us, we are. Here Krishna says, your well-being lies in following the right value. Your well-being will not lie in getting tempted. Temptation ultimately takes you to meet with an accident. Temptation in the long term will not make you happy. Not only that, the temptations will ultimately make you feel unhappy. This is going to be the topic, and just here. Indriyanam. Now look into the verse. Indriyanam means sense organs. Now these eyes and ears and the nostrils and the taste and the touch and the smell, these are called 5 sense organs. What are they? The eyes, the ears, the sense of taste, sense of touch, the sense of smell. In fact, we perceive the whole universe through these 5 senses. Something very interesting is coming up, listen. It's amazing. The entire creation enters our attention. This entire universe enters our attention through our eyes, ears, taste, touch and smell. That is why this universe is called Prapancha. Why? There are 5 details. This universe has got 5 details. It can be seen, heard, tasted, touched and smelled. And in order to get these 5 perceptions, we have 5 senses. This world is not only an object of our sense perception, it is also an object of our pleasure. In fact, whenever we want to please ourselves, we use the senses. Listen to this. Whenever we want to please ourselves, we use the senses. We see something nice, attractive, and please ourselves. We see something, some nice spectacle, some nice sight, some nice object, some nice tree, some nice garden, some nice flowers, some nice mountain, something nice. Keep looking at something nice. Rising sun, setting sun, rising moon, etc., etc. There are so many attractive things in this creation, and you want to be what we call pleased. One wants to be pleased by some object. Therefore, whenever I want to please myself, I use my eyes to see. I want to see and feel pleased. I want to see something and feel pleased. And then afterwards, I have seen, but then I get bored. I want to change the topic. And then say, I want to hear and feel pleased. It's like I look at the mountain for some time and feel nice, and then say, chalo, let us go back to the hotel. And then you go to the hotel in the mountain, in the hill station, and then you put on the music. And then what are you doing? Hearing and pleasing yourself. You saw the hill, you saw the mountain and pleased yourself. You heard the music and pleased yourself, and then you say, let us have something to eat. Then you eat and please yourself. Then you drink something and please yourself, or you smell something and please yourself, or you touch something and please yourself. All the time we are moving from one sense object to another. Now I see a form and please myself. Now I hear something and please myself. Now I taste something and please myself. Now I touch something and please myself. Now I eat something and please myself. That means all the time I am trying to please myself through some avenue or the other. This is what is called. That makes these senses indriyas. We use the senses not only to see the world, but also we use them to please ourselves. In fact, that is what man calls happiness. When I see and please myself, then say I am happy. When I hear something and then when I hear the music and please myself, say I am happy. When I please myself through the food, say I am happy. When I please myself through the drink, say I am happy. When I please myself through something, I say I am happy. And if I have a lot of money to buy all of them, say I am happy. Thus man is all the time living in senses. He is living in his senses. That is what we mean when we say he is out of his senses. Means what? When he is living only in his senses, that is called being out of his senses. That is living. When a person lives in his senses, that means what is called, he has no other thing. The whole life is like. Now what happens here in this process? Now I want you to hear this point. When I feel that there is no way of making myself happy except a form, or sound, taste, touch, smell. I have to see a form to please myself. I have to hear something and please myself. Taste something and please myself. Touch and smell something and please myself. There is no other way of making myself happy. Then I want to accumulate all these details. Understand the accumulation, the logic of accumulation. I want to accumulate all that pleases me. I want to accumulate the objects that please me, the sounds that please me, that music that pleases me, that food that pleases me, that drink that pleases me, those objects that please me. I want to accumulate. Why? Because they happen to be the source of my happiness. And therefore, man is all the time living in the senses. And that living in the senses, Krishna conveys very beautifully. Indriyanam hi charatam. Charata means charne wala. Indriyo mein charne wala. Jiva is one who is living in his senses, who is living in the sense objects. Here comes a beautiful unfoldment. I'll try to convey before the time. Bhagavan says, Yan manaha anuvidiyate. You can see an object. This is called perception. Seeing. When you get up, when you get up from sleep, then you have to see the objects. Objects come into your attention. Forms come into your sight. Sounds come into your ears. And all the whole prapancha is in your sight. This is called perception. This is called sense perception. Just seeing an object is not sense indulgence, but it is a sense perception. I want you to hear it. Just seeing a mountain is not sense indulgence, but it is sense perception. It's knowledge. It's a mountain. I see a mountain. It's a mountain. But if I look upon it as a source of my happiness and indulge in it, that is called sense indulgence. I'm just using an English term for it. Otherwise, one is pratyaksha jnanam. The other is just sense perception. The other is called getting absorbed, using it for looking at it, expecting it to make you happy, expecting the object to make you happy. Having a son is a duty. Bringing him up is a duty. To expect him to go all out to make you happy, to expect him to make you to go all out, to expect him to go out of his way to make you happy. That is what? That is a desire. That's a wrong thing. Having a son need not make you unhappy. Bringing him up never need not make you unhappy. A son can never make you frustrated. If you expect him to do what you like him to do, then Ramachandra, the son becomes a headache. You don't know, it is not wise to have children in order to suffer. Why have children just to suffer? You should have children so that you can just hand over and relax. That should be. That's called a wise father. Who is a wise father? The one who knows how to just delegate. Chabi de do, khao. To aaram karenge. See. Therefore, to see the world is not a problem, but to expect that world that I see to please me is an expectation. This is what Krishna says. Yan manaha anuvidhiyate. The one whose mind plays to the desire for the objects. The one whose mind, the one who is tempted for the objects. Jinka man bhagta hai. जिनका मन दुनिया के पीछे भागता है, that is called anuvidhiyate. The one whose mind falls in line with the world. The mind runs after the world. To see the world is not running after the world. To seeing is not running. Running is running. I see the world. This is a world, this is a creation. But this need not really make me happy. It is just an object of perception. And an object, and this body also is an object. This object can facilitate the existence of this. The air can facilitate, can give me life. It can keep the body alive. Just to listen. Air can keep the body alive. Sunlight can keep the body alive. Food can keep the body alive. All this creation can keep the body alive and nothing beyond. In this manner, when you look at the world as an object of perception, then it is not a problem. But the moment you perceive the world and also conclude that this, I expect it to make me happy, I expect it to please me, I expect it to make me feel complete, I expect it to give me fulfillment, I expect this money to give me fulfillment, this house means these elements. What is your house? Is it other than 5 elements? I want you to see this point. इसको आप कहते हैं 10 crore worth house. What is it? आज ये बताइए. What is your 10 crores worth house? 5 elements. उसकी दीवार है. वो दीवार किससे बनी है? मिट्टी है. नाराज नहीं होना चाहिए. घर का दीवार क्या है? मिट्टी है. सीलिंग क्या है? मिट्टी है. जमीन क्या है? मिट्टी है. पैसा क्या है? मिट्टी है. ये शरीर क्या है? मिट्टी है. It is a part of the 5 elements. Is it exaggeration? Is it an overstatement? घर सब मिट्टी है. मिट्टी है. You want the mitti to make you feel complete. You are expecting too much out of this mitti. You are expecting the most sophisticated thing in life called fulfillment out of mitti. You can expect the mitti to keep this mitti alive. That is a reasonable expectation. You can expect the outside mitti to maintain, sustain this mitti. But can you expect the mitti to give you, make you feel complete? Say, live with the mitti. Use the mitti to be alive and be alive to discover the fulfillment. Fulfillment is a different thing, and that happens to be one's nature. That requires reflection. Bhagavan Krishna says, Indriyanam hicharatam yanmanonu vidhiyate. This particular verse we have to do thoroughly. Aram say the next verse. And the rest we'll see later. And those who have not taken prasadam, please come and collect. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaja Purnameva Pradikshate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.